Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jan. Welcome to another episode on the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? Hope this audio video finds everybody doing well as always. There's an expression that I use constantly, and I've been saying it not just for a week or two. I've actually been saying it for about 3 years. That's a long time. And it's this. For those who are familiar with this channel, they're used to it. If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just want to say that. But here's the phrase. Actually, it's a full, complete thought. We are the CEOs or CFOs of our lives. Now, many people say they prefer to be the CFO. So, you know what? I'll just switch it over to CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Now, mainly, we talk about saving money, keeping money, how we should spend our money, thoughts to consider, ways to cut back, ways to increase. You see where I'm going with that. But in addition to being the CFO, the managers around of our own money and lives, it's really, really important to take this to the next level. Okay. Now, for example, there have been many unfortunate situations, including natural disasters resulting from hurricanes, floods, wildfires, you name it, and it's been going on. Not to mention other situations that make things rather uncomfortable. It's just the way it is. It's just like a crazy, crazy time. We had that averted dock strike, thankfully for that, which caused some people to panic shop, as they call it. But I realized something. It was beyond the threat of that dock strike at that time. Okay. I think people in general were realizing that there are so many moving parts, which there are and continue to be going on at this time, that it only stands to reason for those who maybe kept delaying, putting off the thought of beginning a stockpile to have more good reason. So they decided to start. And thankfully, there is a quote, end of quote, as I call it, a reprieve in so much as, getting started with that. Because honestly, I don't know what January 15th is going to bring. I have no idea. Will they fulfill their contract or whatever? But in general in life. And then, of course, let's add to it, the sad situation, concurrently going on, you know, with the aftermath of that horrendous hurricane situation. Recently, I posted a mention of this in my community tab. There's a product, okay, that I never in my life heard of ever before, and I really should consider picking one up. And I don't know, how many of you are familiar with a product called Life Straw? Okay, basically, from what I learned, Life Straw is basically a way to filter water, and it's a brand. Okay, that's all I know. And they have certain ways where you could do it, for example, with tiny devices that a person can carry on their person, lightweight, small, keep it in their pocket or wallet. Well, not wallet, but a little bit of a bag to keep on tap at all times. And considering this, we could go a couple of days without food. Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable. And we're used to being fulfilled, hopefully most of us. If we're hungry, get something to eat, even if it's a piece of bread. But under times of unplanned for, now nobody plans a disaster, okay? I mean, seriously, no one plans for a natural disaster. Just one of those situations. However, regarding the water, if you go without water for even a relatively short period of time, that can be literally very detrimental, almost even deadly for some people if they go too long without water. I think it's a really rather a short period of time. So thinking of that, I'm thinking to myself, something makes a lot of sense about the sound of that product. Never heard of it before. Literally, I've never heard of it before until today when I heard of it, literally. And yeah, and it seems to be reasonably priced, so it makes it affordable. And it's part of a brand. Again, I have no affiliation with selling for Amazon. I might be a great Amazon purchaser, that I'll tell you. But as far as selling for the company, no. So they offer similar devices like that, and maybe they even sell that specific brand. Let me know in the comment section below if you've had any experience using such a device, okay? And there are situations, besides, the big, big, big stuff that can really hamper your need for water. And I always make sure that you have a bunch of drinking water at home, like for the immediate, okay? For the immediate. But the thing is this, we're not always at home. Okay, and a bad thing, like a natural disaster or some other thing that nobody ever plans for these things, can happen, and you're not inside your home or apartment, but you still need to get water. Okay, people don't constantly carry water bottles on them, but I'm wondering, but to carry this like little device, and if you can obtain water of some source, this would get you through it. This is really, really an important matter. I'm not even kidding you. So that's why I'm bringing it up. I was going to make a video about it last week, but one thing led to another, and unfortunately it didn't. But I did make a mention of it in the community tab, and let's see if I had any of that conversation going about that. Okay, so that's one thing we really need to take seriously, stocking up on water. And not just drinking water either. We have to save water for hygienic purposes, for bathing, for bathroom use, if you will. These are unpleasant topics sometimes to cover. But let's be real. This is part of real life, okay? Some people just, turn their head and don't want to hear it or whatever. That always happens to somebody else. Sad to say, it could happen even to the person listening to this broadcast, okay? All right. For example, I was in the city on that day after the 10th day of a ninth month years ago. Okay, you hear where I'm going with that. And let me just tell you, that was very, very extremely unpleasant weeks to follow. Terrible things were going on, but people were able to at least get together and jump in and help. A lot of people, unfortunately, they even had sad repercussions, with illnesses and even worse than that. But people were able to get together, and as horrendous as it was. But I tell you one thing, one of the things that I remember vividly from that day was right away, a lot of the local businesses were just handing out bottles and bottles of water to the people were running away from, that bad, terrible day. And the wonder of human nature. On those days like that, no one is a certain leaning towards any which way of thinking, other than being unified to help each other. Why does it take like a situation, unusual situations like that to bring people together? I'll never know. I'll never know. That is a mystery unbeknownst to me. But at least here we are now, where, like when things might be relatively at this exact moment of my recording this, although remember, I record a week ahead of time, okay? Although I hear rumors to the effect that there may be another storm brewing. Oh, goodness gracious. This is why it's so important. We have to stay prepared. We have to prepare. I'm not saying like be obsessed about it, but at least don't like dismiss it and go, that's for somebody else. If something else goes wrong, all those things you have down the drain, literally. Listen, again, I say this, I rather err on the side of caution. There are many things. It's not just like in the food arena, all right? People need over-the-counter medication. People who have chronic illnesses, maybe it'd be a wise thing to figure out a way that you could, have some of your own, medications that you're on prescription for. Heaven forbid, we just don't know. See, that's the thing, okay? I don't have a crystal ball in front of me. You don't have a crystal ball in front of you. And anybody that says with great absolute certainty certain things, well, I don't know. But I would still err on the side of what? Caution. And don't get me wrong, sure, as I mentioned in a past show, sure, eventually I want to get metal shelves. Sure, they are stronger. I get that. But right now I'm sticking to my plastic shelves until I can, decide to get the metal racks as, things grow bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's my anticipation. Oh, I'm sorry. I have never seen in my life, maybe it's my imagination, I could be wrong. So I'm the first one to say it. If I make a mistake here, I have never heard of so much really literally volatility in so many ways. It's like makes you really say, if you're going to get ready for, stockpiling, this is it. That's why I say, why do we have to wait just to lock the barn door after the cow is gone? Locking the barn door after the cow is gone makes zero sense. Does it make any sense? No, no. That's why I consider it, and I even mentioned it, this word, as a reprieve, okay, when I made that video, okay, that bonus special video, all right? I consider a reprieve. It really is, because the good Lord says, hey, I'm going to give you a few extra weeks, to get you a little bit of shelf stable items, little by little by little by little, okay? And even believe it or not, okay, and I'm going to go in a minute, but believe it or not, let me tell you something. Those 3 days that they were out, those 4 days, whatever, 3 days, right? Whatever it was, couple 3 days they were out, has caused some shipping delays for a couple to 3 weeks. Now that was only for 3 days. Imagine if it went longer term. So again, I urge continuously, little by little. If you could do more, you do more. Everybody's budget is different. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's household is different. But one thing you cannot play games with. You have to make sure that you have water. Water is essential. So watch all those wonderful shows that are out there on these platforms about water, but check into that thing that I had mentioned that I never heard of in my life, called Life Straw. I got to look into it myself. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Have an amazing, fantastic day. I wish everybody nothing but the best. Don't forget to come back for No Frills videos. They're shorter in the morning time, and of course at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, longer form content such as this. Don't forget to click like. Let's say it again. Click like, share, and what? Subscribe to the channel. Take good care of yourself and your amazing family.